I missed out on Sonic Colors when it initially launched on the Wii, but at least this trend of remasters didn't forget about the blue blur. Being able to enjoy modern versions of some rather notable entries in the series is great, so I welcomed Sonic Colors Ultimate. Sadly, it doesn't really stick around long enough to leave a significant impact.
Gotta connect the framostatic capacitor to the maximizing modulationizer.
Sonic Colors Ultimate is all about saving Wisps from the evil antagonist Eggman. I'll be completely transparent here. I didn't care about whatever was happening during the story because the dialogue would make anyone cringe. It came off as if the writing team had no idea how Sonic and Tails are characterized and tried to make them joke depositories with no substance. Gameplay utilizes the boost system, which has Sonic quite literally boost at top speeds. Additionally present are the Wisps, who provide varying gameplay alterations depending on what type they are. The Wisps enhance gameplay variety and for the most part are enjoyable, though a couple of them are cumbersome in execution, coming off as padding more than anything else. The newly added Jade Wisps that transform Sonic into a ghost are questionable at best. Movement slows to a crawl with the benefit of moving through walls, yet its sluggishness doesn't feel justified. The other Wisps are infinitely more pleasing to use though and don't bar progression in head-scratching ways. Speaking of level design, the stages are all relatively unchallenging. While reaching their end is never difficult, they contain several paths and collectibles known as Red Star Rings and Park Tokens. The former is used to unlock rival rush levels, which are races against Metal Sonic, and eventually opening up the ability to use Super Sonic. The latter is used for purchasing cosmetics. These different paths and collectibles offer decent enough reason to replay stages, which is needed given the game's brief 5 to 6 hour runtime. Although a few of the stages come off as unnecessary due to the runtimes being around half a minute, I assume they are forcibly designed this way to account for how there are 6 zones and 6 stages each. Still, these absurdly short stages should have been reworked because they feel more like sneak peeks rather than full-on levels. The boss battles are even more of a joke difficulty-wise than the stages themselves. Except the admittedly fun final boss, the rest don't offer a real threat. They felt more like mini-games. Aside from the stages and the bosses is the newly added Rival Rush mode where players can race against Metal Sonic in specified levels after collecting enough Red Star Rings in a zone. These races aren't arduous, usually requiring a few attempts to unlock. Unfortunately, there are only 6 instances where the races can be performed. This feels like a missed opportunity as implementing races in most stages, if not all of them, would have greatly aided in contributing to the replay value. There's also a new mechanic called Tail Save, which, to be blunt, is unnecessary. After finding Tail Save tokens and levels, players can be saved by Tails after falling into a pit, negating any punishment for death. However, not only does this not seem to lower your score and thereby not negatively affecting your ranking in the stage when used, but there are also no lives present, so this feels like an unneeded addition that actively goes against players learning stages layouts to avoid consequences. The aesthetics of the zones are gorgeous and among the franchise's best. They vary in coloration and approach, making each area memorable. The soundtrack is passable, and though there weren't any truly standout tracks that I can recall off the top of my head, each song fit the locales and provided a joyous ambiance. I did happen to encounter 2 crashes when using the Purple Wisp power-up, and since there have been several contentions over the stability of this title across its myriad of platforms, I can say the performance was smooth aside from these 2 particular instances. Sonic Color Ultimate's gameplay loop is enjoyable with sufficient replayability. However, several design choices make it more of a puzzling experience rather than continually satisfying due to issues such as Tail-Save implementation, questionable boss battles, some Wisp power utilization, and bizarrely too short stages. Still, the boost functionality and secrets within the set pieces of levels are fun to discover. However, those already fans of Colors will likely have little to no reason to revisit this entry unless they want to play this game on modern platforms. Noisy Pixel is giving Sonic Colors Ultimate a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review on NoisyPixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.